Thanks very much, Godfrey. And for those of you who are just now joining us on Bahamas at Sunrise, we are certainly enjoying the island life here at the LGM Maritime Academy. And of course, we're now joined by a very old friend of mine. I'm not calling him old, but certainly I've known him for a very long time. His name is Basil Smith. And this particular hat that he's wearing today, he is the Executive Director of the Association of Bahamas Marinas. Basil, good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you. Good to be back and good to see you, man.
Good to see you as well. So the Association of Bahamas Marinas, a lot of people may not be familiar with this. Tell us exactly what the ABM is.
ABM started about 7 years ago as the Marina Owners of the Bahamas and changed its name a year ago, just about a year ago, to the Association of Bahamas Marinas as a more marketable presentation, branding for the association. It represents, at the present time, just over half of the existing marinas in the country. It's in a very assertive, expansive mode, seeking to expand its membership and also to create an environment and awareness of the value of marinas in the economic mix of the country, so as to encourage further investment by private sector and otherwise, if necessary, in marina infrastructure throughout the country.
So when you talk about, half of the existing marinas, you're talking about those within hotels, you're talking about private ones, and of course the length and breadth of the country.
There's 60 marinas in the country, of which the association represents about 34.
Okay. What are the benefits of being a part of the ABM?
Well, the ABM brings a single voice to representing concerns of the sector, and also it represents a marketing presence out in the marketplace. And so it enables you to advocate and lobby on behalf of the sector for areas of concern. It might have to do with security for both theft or aids to navigation and making sure those are in place for the safety of navigating Bahamian waters. And also largely to represent the members at boat shows and to do what's necessary to run a web page and Facebook page, social media activity to drive interest in the boating community in the marketplace to visit the Bahamas and primarily visit the members' marinas so that you get some benefit.
Yeah, you talk a lot about, obviously the expansion. I mean, seemingly we can't build enough marinas right now. But what role do marinas play in the overall tourism product and the mix that we offer to visitors?
You'd be surprised to know, actually, that the visitors that the marinas bring to the country, they exceed the amount of people who come here to gamble, for example, by about 2.5%.
Really?
It's a 2.5% more. 2.5 times more, I should say, who come here expressly to gamble, come here to participate in marina-related activity. There are more people who come here for that purpose than come here to come to the Bahamas to get married. More people come here than visiting friends and relatives. It's a significant amount of people, and they're very, very significant spenders.
Right.
And so it's a sector that, for some reason, has existed quietly in the background and needs to be taken more into consideration as a very significant factor in the economic mix of the country.
And when you're talking about the economic mix, I mean, it's not just the marina owners that can benefit from this. There are so many other additional side benefits and services, etc.
Tremendous linkages, the people come here for recreational activity, but they also shop, they also dine out, they dine in restaurants, they do a variety of recreational activity, and there's quite a list of purchases that they make to take home, and very significantly they buy fuel and services right across the entire archipelago, which is a benefit that extends to people who have no active recreational involvement in the marina, but these facilities exist because marinas are there.
Well, I mean, that's an interesting point then. I would imagine then the membership, if it isn't already such, for persons that want to be a part of the ABM, can also be extended to businesses that aren't directly involved. I don't know, there'd be restaurants.
We have allied membership. We have a very active allied membership, and they benefit in that way. The business provides linkages, that's the main thing, and the allied members will be first in line to benefit from that.
Are there any particular challenges the association faces right about now?
We have a problem in common with all the citizens of the country. We have a problem with an increase in crime, and that is reflected in our case in boat theft. Some of these boats end up in other countries. Some of them just are never seen again. And we have been making some progress, largely because of the association's involvement in providing monitoring of the situation. The police force has credited us with being significantly contributing to the decline over the past 12 months. But it is a problem, you know. And obviously also the maintenance of aids to navigation around the country to make sure those are in good nick. That is not always the case, and it's an area actually that the association is looking specifically at, trying to make a more direct contribution to resolving.
Are there regional marine associations or global marine associations that you're part of in terms of expanding the benefits to those who would join the local one?
They are the most obvious, well, the most obvious two would be that in, say, Cayman or the Turks and Caicos Islands, and the United States, South Florida. We do have some informal relationships, but there's nothing formalized at this time. But that is something that we do have our eyes on through the Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association.
Okay, right. Well, again, for those persons who are tuned in to Bahamas at Sunrise so early this Monday morning, and they're interested in this particular association, where can they go to get more information? Are there general and leveled fees?
Yeah, we can refer you online now happily to our website, bahamasmarinas.com. And we also have a very useful Facebook page. All the information you need is right there. Contact information, procedure that you would follow, and lots of useful information about participating in the sector in various ways.
All right, great. Basil.
Well,
Very good seeing you again.
Thanks
I tell you, boy. For those of you who are unable to see, but hopefully the cameras will be spinning around, a beautiful Monday morning, Easter Monday, and we're joined by the Executive Director of the Bahamas Marinas Association, Mr. Basil Smith. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.